Hi and welcome back to the Boot Room. Today we're going to look at the defeat at home to Liverpool. Any hope that Claudio Ranieri would be able to pick a quick fix was dispelled in an as imbalanced a first half as many fans will have seen. We must remember that Ranieri has to start somewhere, but several worrying trends were surprisingly still extremely prominent from the end of the Xisco era, and several positional selections still raised eyebrows. Quique Sanchez-Flores tried to play Ismail Assar in a central position, and at no time did it threaten to succeed, and the Liverpool game simply confirmed this. A 4-4-2, but with Danny Rose being supported by Adam Messina deployed at left midfield, but often sitting deeper, did very little to negate the intended threat of Mo Salah. In fact, as early as the first minute saw Salah use Rose's own strength against him, pushing the left back off balance and driving into space behind him. This action would be repeated for the first goal in the 8th minute. Liverpool's high intensity was deployed high up the pitch, and also Klopp's legendary gegenpress, pressing the ball as soon as Liverpool have lost possession themselves. Both of these were hugely successful, preventing the Watford defence and midfield having any time or composure on the ball to pass with any confidence or coherence. This led to first half possession stats that were frankly simply embarrassing. Some good news, and trust me, we really had to look for some good news here, was that corners were well and simply defended. Opponents were man-marked and Watford reacted in their own box to second balls, but sadly this was not the case anywhere else on the pitch. Under Xisco, Watford would often sit deep and put in place a low block in their own half. Against Liverpool, there was absolutely no organised pressing whatsoever. Watford seemed content to simply allow Liverpool to have the possession, providing we sat passively goal side. And as we have said previously on the Boot Room, passive is simply not a strategy. One of Klopp's first games in December 2015 was away at Watford, and he left on the wrong end of a 3-0 scoreline. Since then, he has assembled a quality squad and forged a manner of play that is hugely successful and widely admired. We have to hope that Ranieri can do something with the squad that he has in a lot less time. Liverpool's movement was superb, including Salah and Mane moving from central to wide areas and back again, creating space in the vacated area. The midfield looked to join the attacks wherever possible, and their possession play was frankly superb. However, it is the willingness of these far more celebrated Liverpool players to do the hard running required by Klopp that creates the platform for their technique to flourish. Watford were completely at the other end of the willingness and work rate spectrums. On the few occasions that Watford got the ball, we were simply snuffed out with a superior numbers of Liverpool players prepared to work harder and get in and around the ball. This was the repeated pattern throughout the game, and Liverpool's urgency and willingness with movement off the ball, plus the classic Liverpool pass and move, it made them constantly fluid, constantly rotating position. In comparison, Watford were rigid and lacklustre throughout. Liverpool's willingness to work hard to get around the ball saw them pick up almost every second ball. In this instance, even with Hernandez and Kuchka challenging Henderson for a header, there are 6 Liverpool players positioned to pick up the second ball and recycle the ball for yet another attack. Let's have a look at the 4th goal, as it's as good an example of gegenpressing as we'll see, followed by the most sublime skills from Mo Salah. Salah is initially dispossessed by Cathcart, however when the ball comes to Hernandez, he himself is immediately dispossessed by a Liverpool side who simply don't consider losing possession as the end of an attack. And Salah gets a second chance and scores a goal that even Watford fans have to admire, albeit resentfully. Summary is very short. We have to start working to press the ball and put the opposition, whoever they are, under some sort of pressure and stop dropping deep until we concede, either through a mistake or a moment of brilliance from the opposition. Ranieri really does have his work cut out.